Okay. What are some of the common compositions of common over-the-counter drugs?
Common compositions?
Yeah.
Like for over-the-counter for what? Like, is there for any indication, like cough and cold or anything like
well, like, what are like the common ingredients, like in terms of chemistry?
Okay, acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, that is very commonly used in everything. And then something called phenylephrine, which is a nasal decongestant, that is also commonly used in any cough and cold preparations. And then followed by something called guaifenesin, which is an expectorant for the mucus to break down all the mucus. And that is something called dextromethorphan, which is a cough suppressant. So that is commonly used.
All right. What are some common reactions to the same over-the-counter drugs?
Common
reactions,
like adverse reactions, like side effects.
Yeah.
It's mainly the main common side effects you get is rash, diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. These are the very common reactions anyone would get, if not any bigger reactions. Yeah, this is very common.
So, what do things like race or gender affect how people respond to certain medications?
In terms of gender, not really, which we really thought to be, but not really. It's going to work the same way. Or the only difference would be if it's a pediatric or an adult. That would make a difference, but not in terms of gender. I haven't seen anyone saying, "Hey, this works for a man, this works for a woman." No.
So, in terms of race, you think that medications would work?
It should work the same.
The same?
It should. Other than like certain race will have a certain medical condition which is very common in their ethnicity, but in terms of drug, they all should do the same job.
How does your branch of medicine relate to chemistry?
How does our branch of medicine relates to chemistry? Because it's most of the drugs which you see here are being synthesized. They are not natural. So whenever we say synthesize, it all comes from the actual raw material, which is more like any other chemical substance which you see in the lab. So from that chemical substance, they formulated using any other additives or any other binders, any other excipients, or any other preservatives to make it in a form of a tablet or a capsule or a liquid or whatever it is. So it all starts from the basic chemical structure, the chemical. That is where I would say it's related. Asking me a tough question.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, and if anytime you have to stop to get a customer, I can just always stop this. Okay. Why is it dangerous to combine certain medications with others?
There are so many drugs which interact with others. That is why we are working here. So, which a lot of patients do not know, because they think it's okay to go with, because a lot of times what happens is patients go to different doctors, and one doctor doesn't know what the other doctor has prescribed. So they end up getting filled in different pharmacies, so one pharmacy doesn't know what the other pharmacy has filled for them. That is one part of it. And then when it comes to reactions, not all the drug will go with each other well, because there are a lot of drugs which will increase the absorption of some drugs, and there are a lot of drugs which will decrease the absorption. If it increases the absorption, it's going to get into your system fast and then comes out really fast. That way it's not going to stay in your body for a long time to do what it's supposed to do. If it's going to decrease your absorption, it's going to stay in your body for a very long time. Thereby it's going to increase your side effect profile in a very higher ratio. So that is one of the common reasons why we look into all the prescriptions to see if one is not interacting with the other one. So that is one of the reasons I would say. The other ones would be, it would be a complete contraindication to a patient's medical condition. Say for example, if a patient is on blood thinner, taking any prescription for blood thinners, they cannot take any aspirin unless otherwise your doctor recommends to. If he takes it, then his body is taking more of the blood thinners, and his blood is going to thin so bad, which he doesn't want to be. So that is a kind of example I would give you.
So when you combine certain medications with others, it can quicken the rate that the side effects could happen to you, or can it lead to like more serious problems. Like,
Exactly. It would either decrease the actual effects, what the drug is supposed to do, or it would increase the side effects, what it's not supposed to do.
okay. So why is it important not to consume alcohol when you're taking certain medications?
Again, alcohol is one kind of an inducer which will increase the absorption of the drugs. And one other thing is it will cause a lot of nausea and vomiting. So that is one of